Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Deep Dive.
Glad to be here.
We're kicking off a really unique journey today, one that's built completely around the sources you've shared with us
That's right.
and our mission. Well, it's to unravel how stories specifically, one very particular kind of story, but sometimes be an unexpected guide, helping us navigate life's messier corners.
Like heartbreak, for instance.
Exactly like heartbreak. We're talking about emotional navigation. And our compass for this deep dive is Ashley Poston's Sounds Like Love. It's an Audible original novella.
And it's much more than just a story read aloud. It's an experience.
It really is. And we're going to explore what makes it so special and maybe what nuggets of wisdom it holds about healing, about finding yourself again.
Yeah, our deep dive today is really about extracting those key insights. Going beyond just the plot summary, we want to look closely at how it portrays, that often messy process of emotional recovery.
Definitely messy.
And the value of support systems that maybe aren't so conventional. Plus, that absolutely crucial journey of self-rediscovery after something big changes in your life.
It's about finding healing where you might least expect it.
Precisely.
Okay, let's unpack this then. The log line for Sounds Like Love is just, 5 words, really. Phrases: heartbreak, cats, podcasts, closure, maybe even new love.
It's so concise, isn't it?
Deceptively simple, but it immediately hints at this amazing blend of, raw, relatable emotion and these wonderfully quirky modern bits.
It does. It signals right away this isn't your standard romance.
No, definitely not. It feels fresh, contemporary.
Exactly. That logline, it just perfectly captures the balance. You've got the deep emotional core, the pain of heartbreak, but then these whimsical, very current elements.
The cat, the podcast.
Right. It sets you up for a story that's deeply felt, but also refreshingly unique. It's grounded in something universal, but delivered with a modern twist.
And it suggests maybe healing doesn't have to be all doom and gloom.
I think that's part of it. It can be interwoven with humor, with unexpected connections.
Absolutely. And speaking of unique, let's get some foundational context here for Sounds Like Love. The author, Ashley Poston. She's known for what our sources call her signature charm and emotional honesty.
She definitely has a distinct style. Very popular.
And she's carved out this niche in contemporary romance women's fiction. This novella fits theme-wise, but it's the how and when it came out that's really different.
That's a key point. It was released in 2020 exclusively as an Audible original.
Right, not just an audiobook version later on.
No, it was conceived for audio, crafted for that format from the start, which signals a totally different approach to storytelling.
How so?
Well, it means they could leverage sound performance in ways a print book just can't. Every decision, dialogue, pacing, sound effects was made thinking about the listener's ear.
That's a huge difference, isn't it? Audio first.
Massive. It means they could really lean into things like rich sound design, maybe use multiple voice actors, weave in audio elements seamlessly. Print just doesn't allow that.
And it's a novella, so it's short, around 3 hours.
Yep, quite concise. Which makes it this perfect, short, heartfelt burst of story.
Designed for a focused listen, maybe.
Yeah.
About moving on after heartbreak.
Exactly. It's concise storytelling at its best. Proves you don't need, 500 pages for a powerful, emotionally resonant story with a full arc.
That conciseness is really appealing.
It is. It lets the story focus tightly on Junie's emotional journey. No unnecessary fluff. Makes the listener's journey with her feel very direct, very impactful.
You could listen in one go, maybe.
Or a couple of commutes, yeah. Like an extended comforting chat or an intimate look into someone's healing.
And that brevity makes it accessible, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're feeling fragile, maybe can't commit to a huge novel.
That's a great point. Really lowers the barrier to entry when you're emotionally vulnerable.
So let's dive deeper into that journey then. Junie, our main character, navigating this very relatable heartbreak. She's a 20-something artist, an introvert, which immediately feels familiar to a lot of people, I think.
Very accessible, yes.
And her current state is described as emotional limbo. Her long-term boyfriend, Cal, left.
And she's just stuck.
Totally. The sources paint this picture. She's listening to sad songs on repeat, avoiding calls from friends, and feeding her feelings to her cat, Puddings.
That detail about feeding feelings to the cat is so specific, isn't it? Almost ritualistic.
It is. And this portrayal of Junie is so poignant. Those habits, the isolation, the sad music, the emotional eating via the cat, They're classic responses to grief, right?
Absolutely. Almost archetypal. She's built this tiny, safe world, works quietly in a bookstore, an art supply shop, and it's like a numb
A
space.
numb space. I like that description.
It's not just sadness, it's real emotional paralysis. She hasn't actually processed the pain, she's just sort of suspended, stuck.
Existing, not living.
Exactly. It's passive endurance, not active healing.
That idea of a numb space really resonates. What stands out to you about Junie's initial state? Can you relate to that feeling of being stuck? I mean, I think so many of us have been there, right? After a big loss, relationship, job, whatever, just existing in this fog.
Oh, definitely. It's incredibly common, that inertia after a big emotional hit.
It's like waiting for life to start again, but you don't know how to press play yourself,
And what's striking about Junie is the depth of her avoidance. It's not just a pause. She's actively building this cocoon of numbness.
which feels safe, maybe, but stops the healing.
Precisely. It highlights how crucial it is to eventually break out, even though that's scary. She's enduring the aftermath, not grieving the loss, just hoping it fades.
And endure she does, until things start to change. Catalysts force their way into her little numb world, almost against her will.
Yeah, life doesn't let her stay there forever.
The first one, and maybe the most painful, Cal's unexpected return. And here's the ouch moment, as the sources call it. He's not back for her.
Oh.
He's getting married to someone else.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
But narratively essential, right?
Totally essential. It's agonizing, but it's the definitive catalyst. It shatters any lingering hope, conscious or not.
Right. No more limbo. She has to confront the finality of it now. His life has moved on, unequivocally.
It's the jolt she needs, however unwelcome, pushes her out of that stagnation.
It's like ripping off the bandage. The wound is raw, exposed, and finally demands real attention.
A cold splash of reality. Painful, but necessary for actual healing to start. And just as that happens, another threat appears, a much gentler one. She meets Logan, serendipitously.
Logan, the podcaster.
Yeah, described as nerdy, awkward, and charmingly sweet true crime podcaster.
His introduction is such a great counterbalance to Cal's harsh return.
How so?
Well, his presence is unexpected, unassuming. It slowly, gently brings this new, softer energy into her guarded world.
Not demanding.
Not at all. He represents the possibility of new healthy connections, new interests, comfortable, low-stakes interaction. He's not some dramatic figure. He's just a nice, normal guy who starts chipping away at her isolation almost by accident.
Okay, so Cal's return forces confrontation. Logan offers gentle possibility. And then life throws a total curveball.
Oh, this part is great.
Puddings. The cat goes viral.
Ah.
Thanks to some ridiculous social media
A
incident.
viral cat video, it sounds trivial, right?
Totally. But for Junie, the introvert, it's huge. It pulls her into this uncomfortable public spotlight.
It's actually quite profound narratively. A comedic intervention, almost. It forces her out of her shell, challenges her desire to stay hidden.
Speaks to that weirdness of social media, right?
Right.
Exposure versus connection.
Absolutely. The duality, it can connect us, but it also strips privacy, forces confrontation with an audience. For someone fragile like Junie, being suddenly seen like that, it's a massive challenge, an ironic push towards interaction.
Okay, Catalyst 3. And the fourth one feels more internal. Junie rediscovers her art.
Yes, the sources say she begins to explore her art again, creating work that expresses her true feelings.
Things she couldn't say out loud.
Exactly. Art becomes this incredibly powerful form of therapy for her, a safe, nonverbal outlet for all those complex emotions, grief, anger, confusion, maybe even hope.
It's not just a hobby, then.
Not at all. It's crucial to her recovery, a way to reclaim her identity, her inner voice outside of the context of Cal, finding a visual language for her healing, creating something new from the wreckage.
So if we connect all this, these four threads seem so different. Cal's painful return, Logan's gentle presence, Pudding's bizarre fame, her art.
But they weave together perfectly, don't they? Each one, in its own way, makes it impossible for Junie to stay stuck.
External pressures, internal awakening.
Right. It all converges, pushing her to confront the heartbreak, honestly, actively, which leads her to that central question: what kind of love does she deserve? The kind that broke her, or the kind that helps her grow?
It shows healing isn't just one thing, it's this mix of forces.
Painful ones and gentle ones, yeah, a confluence.
And the way these forces converge, it's really amplified by the unique audio-only format of Sounds Like Love.
Definitely. This isn't just an audiobook, it's an Audible original. And the sources really stress how the story is enhanced by the narration, sound design, and integrated podcast segments.
That Audible original tag isn't just marketing fluff then.
No, it signifies a deliberate choice to use the strength of audio. It was crafted for the ear, optimizing everything for listening. Sound isn't just background noise, it's part of the storytelling fabric.
Deeper immersion than print can manage.
For sure.
And a big part of that is the full cast performance. Different voices for different characters.
Which adds so much depth and authenticity. You get distinct personalities, nuanced emotions just through the voices. It's more like listening to a play.
Yeah, you really feel the interaction.
Exactly. It transforms listening from just taking in words to being in that sonic world. Makes it easier to track characters, understand their feelings, get invested, more realism.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting for me. The integrated podcast segments. Logan's True Crime podcast is woven into the story.
It's brilliant.
It's not just flavor text. It adds this unique structural layer, right? Gives it a modern, almost meta vibe. Totally different from your standard romance novella.
It really sets it apart.
And the true crime part. It seems unrelated to romance. But there's a cool parallel, isn't there? Like emotional mysteries versus actual crime mysteries.
Absolutely. That integration is a masterstroke, structurally and thematically. True crime is all about uncovering truth, piecing together fragments, seeking closure.
Just like Junie's trying to do with her heartbreak.
Exactly. It resonates deeply, trying to understand the mystery of her own pain, dissecting it, finding her own closure. It adds this modern, smart framework to the emotional stuff.
It suggests understanding complex things, cold cases, or broken hearts, needs analysis, looking for clues.
A methodical approach, yeah. Adds an intellectual curiosity layer.
And we absolutely cannot forget Puddings, the cat. His behavior, his misbehavior, adds so much lightness.
He really does. The sources say he provides good emotional balance.
Classic comic relief, but it feels like more than that.
Oh, much more. Puddings isn't just funny, he's an emotional anchor, a furry connection facilitator.
How so?
Well, his antics, his demands for food or attention, they force Junie out of her own head, into the present moment.
Like a little furry mindfulness coach.
Kind of. Yeah. Animals give that unconditional support, that non-judgmental presence. His persistence offers comfort and the humor. It's a necessary release valve. Stops the story getting too heavy.
He really embodies the cat's part of the log line perfectly.
Delightfully and significantly.
So, pulling this all together, how does the audio format really shape the listener's experience? Make it more immersive than just reading? How does sound design contribute to the emotional impact? I'm picturing, like, specific sounds.
It's about the deliberate use of sound, beyond just narration and background music. Good sound design evokes atmosphere, signals mood shifts, conveys unspoken feelings, like maybe not just generic bookstore sounds, but the specific rustle of pages, the soft clink of coffee cups underlining Junie's routine, contrasted with, say, the sharp sound of Cal's voice interrupting that piece, or the intrusive ping of a phone notification when Puddings goes viral.
So auditory cues communicate her emotional state.
Exactly. Even before the words do, it pulls you right into her subjective world. It transforms reading into experiencing a deeper, more visceral connection. It lets the novella truly sound like love or heartbreak or healing.
Okay, let's unpack the core themes then. This is where the real depth is first. Heartbreak and recovery, the key idea. Junie's journey is not about getting the guy, but about rediscovering herself.
Which is such a crucial distinction and an important message for anyone going through a breakup or loss.
Yeah, a lot of stories focus on just finding someone new.
Right. Replacing the partner as the ultimate fix. Sounds like Love powerfully subverts that. It centers Junie's journey squarely on internal growth, self-validation.
How does it show that?
Well, instead of immediately seeking a rebound, she spends time sketching, reconnecting with her art, processing internally. Her inner world mends before new external connections really take root.
So it's just from finding someone to finding oneself first.
Precisely. The new love hinted at is a potential byproduct, not the goal. Which sends this powerful message of self-worth. The true happy ending is often internal.
It really flips the script on traditional romance. It's about figuring out who you are now, on your own. And tied into that is the value of small moments. The idea that Healing doesn't come from grand gestures, but from everyday things.
Yes, like sketching, awkward coffee dates, talking about true
And
crimes.
mundane examples.
They offer such a pragmatic, relatable approach to healing. Grand gestures can feel overwhelming when you're vulnerable.
Totally unattainable sometimes.
Right. But highlighting things like quiet sketching, awkward first dates, just talking about podcasts, it suggests that consistent mundane activities are what build resilience and connection.
Small steps building emotional muscle.
Exactly. It shows how a new normal is built organically, through small, repeated acts of showing up for yourself, cautiously engaging with others. Significant change is often just an accumulation of quiet victories.
Okay, theme 3. Vulnerability in the digital age. Core idea. From podcasting to viral videos, the story explores how we present ourselves versus how we actually feel. So relevant.
Incredibly relevant. That curated online persona versus messy reality.
Puddings going viral forces Junie's internal chaos into that public space she didn't choose.
Right. And social media pressures us to present this polished, positive version. The novella contrasts that curated image or Junie's desire for anonymity with her raw internal feelings.
That moment, the silly cat video, brings all these comments, reactions, scripting her anonymity.
Exposing her when she feels most vulnerable. It makes us think about how we navigate that gap between public and private selves. Can we be authentic when the world rewards performance?
Can you truly heal if you're always performing?
That's the question, isn't it? Maybe the story suggests real healing starts when we dare to be authentically messy, even online. Allow ourselves to be seen, imperfections and all.
And the emotional core seems to be letting go versus holding on. Asking, when do you hold on to love and when do you let it become a memory? That's complex.
It's a profoundly important question. No easy answers. Grief isn't about erasing the past, is it? It's about recontextualizing it.
So finding a balance.
Exactly. Honoring the love that was the memories, the lessons, while accepting its end and finding courage to move forward. It's not about forgetting Cal, but integrating that experience into her history without letting it define her present or future.
Turning a painful wound into maybe a bittersweet memory.
Allowing for acceptance, hope. That nuanced approach to closure is what makes it feel so emotionally mature.
What's fascinating here is how universal these themes are, right? Breakups, job loss, moving, it all fits.
Absolutely. Rediscovering self, finding solace in small moments, navigating public versus private pain, letting go. These are fundamental human experiences. The novella offers this comforting, accessible framework for that messy process.
So as you listen, think about which theme hits home most for you.
Yeah, why does it resonate?
Okay, let's talk standout elements. What makes Sounds Like Love really stick with you? First, Puddings. More than a pet, he's comic relief and emotional support. Animals really do help healing, don't they?
Oh, definitely. Puddings is a perfect example. He doesn't judge, doesn't give advice. He just is.
Unconditional affection.
And responsibility. Feeding him, cleaning up. It forces Junie to engage with something outside herself, which is grounding when you feel adrift.
And the comic relief is crucial, keeps it from getting too sad.
Totally. He's a furry emotional regulator, a silent companion.
And Logan's podcast gets another shout out. The true crime podcast format gives this novella a modern, quirky vibe, really sets it apart.
It does. It taps into contemporary culture. True crime podcasts are huge. Weaving that in makes the novella feel current, relevant, smart.
Draws in people who might not normally read romance.
Exactly. Signals a story, aware of modern trends. Gives it an intellectual edge, a unique rhythm, a great blend of genres.
And the fact that it's short but emotionally full, just 3 hours, but delivers full character arcs and satisfying emotional beats. That's impressive.
It really is. In an age of long books and series, a tight novella is refreshing. Shows impactful storytelling doesn't need huge word counts.
Poston manages a complete, compelling arc efficiently.
Masterfully. Profound depth, character development, achieved concisely, makes it super accessible, never feels rushed, a masterclass in narrative economy.
And finally, Ashley Poston's voice, described as whimsical, honest, and emotionally raw in just the right ways. That voice is key, right? Especially in audio.
It's the soul of the narrative. Amplified in audio feels very intimate. Poston's ability to be whimsical and raw at the same time creates this unique emotional landscape.
Whimsy keeps it light. Honesty makes it real.
Exactly. The whimsy adds charm, humor. The honesty makes Junie's pain and journey feel authentic, relatable. Comforting without being sugary, realistic without being bleak, makes listeners feel seen.
So what does this all mean for you, listening? How did these elements, podcast, audio format, combine for this personal, comforting experience? For me, it's that mix of raw emotion and delightful quirks. Feels less like a story, more like a friend walking with you.
Yeah, pointing out a funny cat or an interesting fact to lighten things up.
Or just giving you space.
It creates this profound empathy. The quirky bits make Junie's journey accessible, less daunting. The synergy feels fresh but universal. And the intimate audio format reinforces that warm hug in book form feeling,
A gentle companion for tough times.
reminding you there's absurdity, hope, unexpected connection, even in dark moments.
Okay, let's wrap up with who should listen. Sources recommend. Fans of Poston's other books like The Dead Romantics or Geekarello.
Definite appeal there.
Lovers of cozy, introspective romance. And crucially, anyone recovering from heartbreak and needing a warm hug in book form.
That's a big one.
Plus, fans of true crime podcasts with a romantic twist. Very specific.
But these aren't just niches, right? They point to universal experiences. For Poston fans, it's more of what they love. For cozy romance readers, it delivers emotional depth without melodrama.
And for anyone hurting.
It offers genuine comfort. A gentle, non-judgmental space to process things, feels realistic but hopeful. And the true crime twist just broadens the appeal, adds that intellectual spark alongside the emotion.
So bring this deep dive to a close. My overall take is short, yes, but quietly, profoundly powerful.
Agreed.
It captures the ache, the awkwardness of moving on, that slow reawakening of joy, and reinforces that message. Healing takes time. It's not a race.
No set timeline. It's messy, organic.
And this journey of self-discovery, as shown here, it really illustrates that profound healing often comes from unexpected places, everyday moments.
Not grand plans, quiet acts of creation, tentative steps towards connection, even a quirky pet. That's where we piece ourselves back together.
Redefining love, happiness, wholeness internally.
Shifting focus from external fixes to internal recalibration.
So, if healing is this slow reawakening, and our digital lives shape how we process and present emotions, how do we find authenticity, genuine connection amidst all that noise?
Big question.
And could the tools we use to distract podcasts, social media paradoxically become allies, helping us find clues, connections we didn't expect?
It's definitely something to mull over, isn't it?
Lots to think about. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive today.
My pleasure.
We hope you found some surprising insights, maybe a fresh perspective on navigating life's complexities. Until next time, keep exploring.